Hello, welcome again to this channel. In this video, we're gonna talk about the settings related to risk, to stop loss, take profit, break even, partial profit, and trading stop that we can configure inside Ultimate SMC. So first, let's start with the volume or with the risk. Basically, you have plenty of choices. You can just trade a fixed volume. You can have a risk from balance, equity, or margin, or you can simply have a risk in money. And after that, you're gonna put your value here. So for example, if I'm risking $1,000, in this case, I risk money, or I'm risking a 2% of my balance. Or for example, if I'm just using a fixed lot with 0.1. So that's the idea of the volume. It's very simple. Let's jump to the stop loss. Stop loss, basically, we have several options. So we can even trade without stop loss. I don't recommend it. However, it is there. You can trade based on the block high and low, wherever you are taking a trade. So for example, you can see here in the background, you have this, the ultimate high, ultimate low of the block, and those can be used as stop loss. You can trade basically with a fixed stop loss in points that you can define here. So let's see me put, for example, I want a stop loss of 350 points. You can use the extreme high low. The extreme high low is whenever you are using sweep or not, whenever you are entering in the trading window, so the blue trading window that we talked about in the first episode, the EA will start to track your low and your high, and that's what is used as extreme high and low. Basically, this option works well when you are doing a sweep. So basically, the highest or the highest point or lowest point is used for a stop loss. And the last option is the candle extremity. Basically, whenever an EA will set a trade, you can choose on which candle extremity you can set the stop loss. Basically, when giving a value of 2, the EA will look when the price is set. So the price where that candle is set is considered as 0, and the candle before is 1, and the candle before is 2, and so on. And usually when you put like a 15 candle, the idea is the EA will gonna look to the 15 candle back from the price line. And for example, for a buy to set the stop loss on the lowest, and for a sell the stop loss on the highest point of those 15 candles. Let me give you just an example. So in this configuration, I'm running on the backtester. I have a candle stop loss and the value is 2. So whenever the price is set, or whenever a trade is set, I'm gonna set my stop loss at 2 candle back. So I'm on a fair value gap, basically entry, so extremity of fair value gap. And I have 2 candles, 1, 2, and this is my stop loss is here. If I have put in, let's say, I'm not sure, 25, my stop loss will be here. Let's do this exercise just to show you how this happened. Now I have set the candle value to 25 in my backtester settings, and let's wait just for the EA to take the trade. And if you notice, basically the stop loss is at the low. Why? Because from the moment it decided to take an entry, so from here till here I have 25 bar, and the lowest point is this one. So that's the idea how to use candle stop loss. You can shift also your stop loss. This is good for prop firm traders. And you can have a filter for your stop loss. Basically, this filter allows you to do 2 things. If your stop loss do violate the minimum and the maximum you have set, well, you don't trade, you don't take the trade. Or you can simply, if it is violating the mean or max, you can just set back those minimum and max value into your trade. This is very helpful when you are trading with blocks. For example, you can see here you have sometimes small blocks, you have bigger blocks. And the idea is if you have a very big block, you don't want a stop loss, for example, at 30 pips. Yeah, just 10 pips stop loss for a scalping trade is enough for me. So that's how we gonna use the filter. Let's jump to the take profit. Take profit is quite straightforward. We have 3 options: no take profit, X risk to reward, and fixed endpoint. Fixed endpoint and X risk to reward require a value. So if I'm putting X risk to reward and 3, meaning whatever stop loss I have defined, my take profit will be 3 times the risks. Break even and partial take partial. They are quite similar, a little bit different in the way they will act. So break even, basically we can have a trigger in break even and point or risk to reward. So whenever our price is reaching this trigger, we're gonna basically put our trade to break even with a commission or a buffer to cover the commission that we can define here. So for example, a pip to cover the commission of that trade. For the partial take profits, you have two level of partial take profit. You can also set the trigger as for the break even on after X points or after X risk to reward. Whenever this level is hit, that you define here in the value, you can define the percentage of that trade to take off. So for example, defining a 50% on a 1 R2R in our example for TPO. And finally, we're going to talk about that trading stop. Trading stop, we have several options. We have step trading stop. The idea of step trading stop is we're gonna move the trading stop step by step. We're gonna define when to trigger it and what is the step to take. We have a candle trading stop. The same, we're gonna define when it will be triggered and what is the number of candles that will follow. So it will move the stop loss of however number of candles you are putting in place. And the last one, which is a block trading stop that uses the structured blocks indicator. So same as the candle. However, in this case, we're not using candles, we're using really blocks, and you can define how much blocks behind you're gonna keep your stop loss. One thing you need to know about this trading block, for example, if we are trading a sell trade, whenever a bullish block is created, we're not gonna count it. We're gonna count only the bearish blocks so we can move forward our trading stop. It's very recommended to use this one. It's a new concept. I don't think other EAs have it. Try it in the backtest, try it on a demo. It's super cool to move your trading stop based on blocks. That's it for today. We have still one episode to cover all the settings. In the next episode, we're going to talk about the day filter. We're going to talk about the news filter and the drawdown. Stay tuned, and till next time, have safe trading.